he just went low. He's in his head. He's in his head. He's open. His head wide open. Cracked open in the face.
And welcome everyone, it's Mario 2100 back again with another first campaign impressions video, and we're back with the Pokemon franchise. No, it's not Legend ZA. I will eventually make a video for that, but at this point in time I haven't. I've written up a impression review video because I want to get back into that series. But we're back with Pokemon Shining Pearl, so the Gen 4 remakes. I swear this A button keeps getting worse and worse on my Joy-Con. But yeah, we're back with the Gen 4 remakes with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I'm playing Shining Pearl. We're going to go traditional here. We're going to go with Barry. So that is his name in Gen 4. But it's very much a traditional Pokemon game, obviously with Legend ZA and obviously with Scarlet Violet. With a lot of the games now, a little bit less than the traditional sense. Yeah, excuse the background. So good to hear this music. Oh, they take it into account, obviously, with your colour with the skin color being changed with your mother. That's great. It's nice attention to detail. I like that. Is there an idle animation? Yeah, just looking back and forth. But yeah, a lot of people didn't really like, obviously, the look of this game being chibi, but obviously I don't mind it. Because obviously it's going for its own style, like I don't mind. Oh, that's right, I don't have running shoes to start off with. It's funny because that guy said immediately the same thing in the original Diamond and Pearl. Because obviously that was the big thing. Poketch. So Poketch is still a thing in the Gen 4 remakes, which is good. Well, in this we're best friends, dude. In Gen 4, there's nice in-game models with It's funny because we can't earn $1 million Poké dollars, I don't think. His father, actually. And I'm not saying that as an insult. I know that obviously his father is, spoilers, I guess, for Gen 4. I'm not sure if it is in this game in particular, I'm not sure, but originally in Gen 4 he was obviously the leader of the battle tower, so obviously the frontier brain for that. Why did it go up another fucking 9 million? Laser gives you a tip on where to actually go. I forgot how slow this starts off with no running shoes. What if I could run? I can't. Music's very good. Do you like the remade music? That's great. You won't find a red Gyarados here, I'm sorry. Yeah, so since we picked technically the Dawn, like the female character, obviously we'll have Lucas as the assistant to Professor Rowan. Obviously you picked Lucas as the protagonist that you play as, then obviously the Dawn character would be the assistant instead. Dude, you've never been to fucking Mount Moon. It's like every fucking step. Yeah, let's go Piplup. But everybody loves Piplup. You know, that's very true to the model in the original game, to be fair. For the protagonist model, and even the Pokemon models. Obviously, the Pokemon model was a bit harder to kind of screw that up. Technology that we've have now. That was a crit! Crit! I love that Barry kind of disappeared before we went through the thing. Still no mouth movements. Obviously we'll get that later with Zar, Legend Zar and Scarlet and Violet. And like some of the other Pokemon games are obviously more recent, but it's weird not seeing even just lip flap for oh, thank God. It's one of the things that going from the start of Generation 4, and I remember that especially with the Gen 3 kind of starting very similarly as well, because you don't get the running shoes until I believe you go after Odell Town in that game, which is the second town. Yeah, that's security. It's like, oh yeah, Lake Acuity has been hit with the blizzard. It's like, yeah, that's the point. It's up, you know, up north. Say that some of the TV programs are just as good as they were in the original. Well, every house has a toaster. Just noticed. It took a second for it to activate then. Yeah, it's one of our favorite Pokemon in the entire franchise. Bidoof. Love this boy. Ow. It was like a That's basically what they were doing. I was like, Like just fighting back and forth, like, can you just stop hitting me? And it's like a glass there. Startup sounded weird for this song. Can you stop running into my face? He's always been like that. Be interested to see what the Gen 5, when they eventually do a Gen 5 remake, what they actually will do. I love that Lucas has a poke etch on his arm already. I love that attention to detail. That's good. Not always the best with names. In fact, actually I will. Yeah, it's A button. Go Pingu. Why not? Forget what happens when you say no to that. So I'm sure they insist. So yeah, and Professor Rowan, I believe Professor Rowan, I think, is the oldest of the Pokemon professors in the franchise. I think Oak's up there, but I don't think he's like 60. I think like he's like Professor Oak's in his 50s, I think. If he's older than that, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Pretty sure Professor Rowan is the oldest. Because I'm trying to think. Juniper's definitely nowhere near. Kukui's not. Elm is not. Professor Birch is not. Like, he's relatively young. I think Kukui, I think, technically would be the youngest, I think, in the franchise. Even talking about like Legends Arceus. Got 8,000. 8,000 Pokédollars. Yes, please. You can do that in real life now. Like that's insane. Some people will say, what the hell am I talking about? In actual Pokemon centers, so like the store, I think I think it's the Pokemon Center at like the Poke Park in Tokyo. You can actually go to a Pokemon Center and they will actually heal they'll heal Pokemon there. Like you'll give them Pokemon, like Pokeballs, and they can heal Pokemon for you. Like I love that. That's great. I know I'm going to get some Pokeballs soon, but might as well just get some while I'm here. Always love that jingle. Always love the Pokemon jingle. It's kind of sucks that the Pokemon is now a separate. I guess it's fine that it's a separate store, compared to obviously now with it being all under the same roof. I kind of get it, but I always loved the fucking jingle for the Pokemon. Like going back to Gen 2, Gen 3. Don't know why I went to the Pokemon Center then. No, that's right, we're going to deliver the parcel. And well, yeah, we'll do that in Jubilife. But yeah, I have a really good attachment to, my hood. I love that that's like an extension, it's like you forgot something very important, your hood. Like your hat. Oh, Starly. But yeah, I have a really good attachment to Gen 2. Like, sorry, to Gen 4. Like, like, realistically, Gen 2, Gen 3, and Gen 4, I all have, like, and even, like, Gen 1 in the Gen, like, obviously the Gen 1 remake in Generation 3, I have really big attachment to all 4 of those games. Like, obviously I have the Generation 2, like, memories, obviously, from Crystal, and obviously that was my first Pokemon game. You know, obviously with Pokemon Emerald with Gen 3, like that's the first Pokemon generation proper that I'd finished. Then obviously Fire Red I have attachment to because obviously it's, you know, the first remake of the franchise. And then obviously Gen 4 was when I really started, like, was already really into Pokemon already, was watching obviously the anime a lot more around that time, obviously growing up with a lot of the games and playing like Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, like Gen 2 and Gen 3, and like obviously the Gen 1 remake, replaying it over and over again. But obviously Gen 3 was was the first Pokemon generation that I had finished and actually beaten the champion in, obviously, which is why I hold that one in regard. But obviously, when it comes to Gen 4, I can connect to beating Cynthia for the first time because that was like a struggle. As you know, it has been the franchise. I think she is one of the harder, one of the harder champions in the franchise. And obviously I hold it in high regard just because of that. And like obviously some of the stuff with Team Galactic, obviously the music in this game, and like in the Gen 4 remakes. I just did that. I did that on my own. And yes, obviously, Lucas as the Chimchar. I think he already had this Pokemon, but technically it kind of falls with the Pokemon that you didn't pick. Because obviously you pick a particular Pokemon, obviously Barry, or your rival character, will pick the Pokemon that is stronger in terms of type-wise to you, and Lucas or Dawn will have the Pokemon that is weak to yours. So if you pick Piplup, like I did, obviously Barry will have Turtwig, and Lucas or Dawn will have Chimchar. So I bought 5 Pokeballs. Where's my train going? Look at me go. I wonder if we can interact with the bloody I do like it does show like stuff like the contests and stuff like that in this. That's great. How many Pokeballs have I got? Wow, they gave me 20. I think the original game, I think I only gave you 10. I love how I went like maybe a pixel. Let's go, Pingu! But yeah, I even have like a lot of attachment to the Pokemon that were in, obviously, this generation. You know, obviously with Starly it was Staravia for a little while, and obviously later in levels Staraptor, who I really love the design of that Pokemon. There's a lot of really good Pokemon designs in Generation 4. Like Infernape's really fucking cool, Empoleon's really cool, Piplop's really cute, as is Chimchar and Turtwig. I think Prinplup is pretty cool in terms of like the mid-level, mid-evolution of the starters. Staravia's like a decent design. There's a few Pokemon that I'm like here, there, and everywhere with, like Pokemon like Licky for example. But like Bronzong's really cool. Trying to think. Electivire is really cool. There's a lot of really. Magmortar is another good one. I think B-Barrel, I think the design's kind of eh. Licky is one that I'm just like eh as well. Tangrowth is kind of alright. Like I don't mind that one. There's a few Pokemon that I'm not crazy on the design for, but a lot of the Pokemon in this game, like in Generation 4 in particular, I really resonate with. Like I'll always have like Vietnam type flashbacks to Milotic, obviously with Gen 3 and especially in Gen 4 with Cynthia's. Cynthia's Milotic. And obviously Garchomp. Garchomp's another really fucking cool design. Gabite I think is actually a really cool design too. So there's a lot of really cool Pokemon in Generation 4, and I feel like it's one of those things that I love about like some of these older games. That's a lass. I love that the animation for that is very much like just taken straight out of Generation 4. Because that transition is like right out of Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. And even like Platinum adding like different forms into the game, you know, like obviously, you know, origin form for Giratina. I actually prefer that than the original design of Giratina. I love like I do like the dragon design of like with him with legs in the original form, like the normal form, but the origin form is so good. They got the drum beats right for this. Yeah, I have a lot of attachment to Gen 2, Gen 3, and Gen 4. So, you know, I'm happy that like Fire Red Leaf Green finally are like separate games that you can buy on Switch now. They've been out for a little while, but eventually when I get money to do so, I will buy them. Or buy at least, I think I might go Leaf Green this time because I had Fire Red originally, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I remember that downscale not being as egregious in the original song. That's probably the reason I don't like it. It's like the start of that song just kind of doesn't sound right because I've played Gen 4 so many times. It sounds like it kind of meanders. Well, I went through 2 lots of grass and didn't get a Pokemon out of that. Little Shinx. Luxray, that's another one. It's another Pokemon that I love the design for. So many good designs in Gen 4, it's fucking crazy. Owie. Stop looking at me! I just feel like the game's kind of taking a little bit of pity out of me with some of these catches, I swear. Nah. Luxray when I eventually get it. It's a good enough fucking name for it. Speaking of Shinx, here we go. What level is it at? This is going to be very important. Level 5. Would it have Spark right now? I forget. If it does, I'm fucked. I do have a water animation for that. Now it's nice and simple, but it didn't think I was like, it's very much going to be Gen 2 all over again, where it felt like that bar was not going to go high enough to get that level. I was like, dude. Yeah, and that's the thing, like the day-night cycle will help with Pokedex entries and stuff like that. I just realised the fact that we're getting all experience, it's got the fucking experience share on. From like Gen 6. I forgot about that. Because usually that doesn't happen at this point in time. We get it as a separate item, but I think a lot of the games now kind of assume that, you know, you're going to have a few Pokemon in your party, so it goes purely on that now. Thundershock. So level 4. So I think maybe it might be level 7 or 8, I think it might learn Spark. There's another potion. Didn't have to buy that one this time. A lot of these guys are not on DSs now, they're on Switches. That's another nice attention to detail. Mash the button too many times. Is trading and that still upstairs? So it's still got the union room upstairs? Jesus, that's awesome. So local and then online. Pokemon Coliseum, don't say that around people. People want that game. Obviously they got it on the Nintendo Switch 2 app for GameCube at this point in time, but never actually played that game. I'm willing to at least give it a shot when I eventually get expansion pass. Subscription from Nintendo Switch Online. See, I feel like with the model it doesn't translate as well in terms of him running away. Because that was a lot better, you could see him rushing a lot better with the sprite. You can't see it as much with the model. It's not like he's running as fast, and it's like just kind of like he's running in place. Ooh, charge beam, ow. Yeah, try and use charge for the beginning here. I think his attack's not going to be great. I think obviously it's charge beam is special attack. Still does 7 points of damage though. And he's going to go fast. He's faster because he's going to be a higher level. Even the sound effects kind of right. Like it's remixed a little bit, but it still sounds right, which is great. Wow, was that a crit? That did so much damage. Dude, I'm gonna get taken out by fucking charge beam. Yeah, there we go. 1-hit KO there. See, this is not a battle I should be losing as well. Bidoof, my man! Avoided the attack, that is crazy, dude! Bidoof just won me this battle, dude. All on his own. Like, Shinx had a little bit of help and obviously did Pingu, but goddamn, that dodge was incredible. And yes, with your Pokemon being fainted, in a fainted state, they will not get experience for the battles, as per usual. It kind of sucks, but you know that is how the. So I do like the fact that the game is autosave. You don't have to. Yes, because half my Pokemon's been taken out. We'll take out the other trainer and then we'll go from there. Reckon we'll stop. I hope there's more transitions than just that one. Because I do like that one, but there was more. Another Abra. I hope this one doesn't have Charge Beam as well, because otherwise I'm going to be... Oof, it's going to be a long, long day. It does! Fuck! Ooh, jeez, 2-hit KO. Very surprised I got that. Yep, Pingu was living on the edge of the experience bar there, damn it. Those experience points, like, incrementers kind of look weird in the way that it transitions in and like the number goes up. It's really, really dumb. Yes. Yes, that is correct. That's your basic one, but that's the back in the day when it was playing Gen 2. That was the stuff that I knew, and obviously electricity beats water. No, the four types that I knew. yeah, I reckon that X button. Keep forgetting that's the X button, not the plus button. But I reckon that's gonna be it for this first campaign impressions video. What do I think of this game so far? I think that it's a genuine Gen 4 remake. Ultimately, I feel like when it comes down to it, it could go worse than this. I feel like when it comes down to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, I get some of the criticism for the games in particular, but like the chibi look doesn't look that bad. It's, I guess, back when it came out, it was a little bit annoying. In that we kind of went with like full 3D models of like characters and Pokemon, all that type of stuff. With obviously Let's Go a little bit. You know, Let's Go. I mean, they still had kind of the chibi characters, but you think with the Gen 4 remake, you'd be like, kind of change that. But obviously it didn't. The Pokemon models obviously look better, and then obviously with Sword and Shield coming out, you had that. And now it's a situation where it kind of goes a little bit backwards, because obviously this came out after Sword and Shield and its DLC. Obviously come out before Scarlet and Violet, and obviously Pokemon Legends Arceus as well. In fact, actually it did come out a few months before. But yeah, it's one of those things, kind of sucks, but you know, you do what you do. But it stands out, I feel like, with the fact that it is in the chibi look. And like the game itself, like when you're in battles and stuff like that, obviously the models are there. It's like, oh yeah, well, why not use that for the overworld? It's like, well, it's a bit, you know, obviously with that they were still trying to work that out. We're still kind of even getting it. We just kind of got it perfect enough in ZA. Even on the original Nintendo Switch. Obviously it'll look better on Switch too, but yeah, we're eventually getting that, and we'll get that with Pokemon Winds and Waves, which obviously I haven't really talked about during this video at all. Obviously Gen 10 being away another year in 2027. I feel like it's good for the franchise. I feel like, obviously, because Legends are just come out, obviously we just got the DLC for that not too long ago after its release. I feel like we're going to get a little bit more in terms of expansion when it comes to Legends, and we'll be getting more stuff for it, obviously. But yeah, in preparation for Generation 10, I feel like Legends I think, doesn't have Pokemon Home implementation just yet. We'll eventually get that in that, but you know, Shining Pearl, Brilliant Diamond, I feel like they're good games. I feel like they're very faithful to the original Gen 4 and Diamond and Pearl, so we'll see if it adds a lot of the stuff from Platinum into the mix as well. Doesn't look like necessarily so far that's the case, but we'll see. Obviously it can be just a faithful remake. With obviously with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, they kind of mixed it a little bit. Mixed it together with Ruby and Sapphire, and also like some of the stuff from Emerald as well. But you know, it is what it is. If it's not faithful to Platinum, and is more faithful to Diamond and Pearl, that's fine. But you know, we're still gonna play more of it. But it's good to get the the wrapping off of that, just to start playing it, because I feel like a traditional Pokemon game. Because obviously Legends are, and obviously Pokemon Scarlet, they're traditional, yes, in some form, obviously with Scarlet, but obviously they're open world Pokemon games, whereas Shining Pearl is kind of like a throwback. And eventually, when I do eventually get Fire Red and Leaf Green, that'll be the other one that I'll be playing. I'll be looking to play that as well, because it's been a while since I played that game. I still have my original copy of it for the Game Boy Advance, but I would love to double dip and get another version of that game, just to, you know, play it again on modern platforms and enjoy it a lot more. But well, with all that said, thank you guys so much. I can't even say the outro right, apparently. So much for watching this first campaign impressions video of Pokemon Shining Pearl for the Nintendo Switch. This has been Mario 100. You guys have a great night, and of course, take care.